take the boy and go hide in the loft.
I'm here to collect Mr. Hawthorne's rent! Shut that squealing! Or I can open the window! Christ almighty!
Johnny Fletcher busted into a farmhouse on his property.
You bring me back that stuff to false.
Well, well, look at what we have here.
Please don't kill me.
Gentleman John Fletcher! Damn it!
Johnny Fletcher! Don't make me chase you!
I didn't kill nobody. I didn't murder that family.
That don't break me down to me. You're a bounty hunter. You're a wanted man. Here.
Out of the night that covers me, black is the pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeoning of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade. And yet the menace of the years finds, and shall find me, unafraid. It matters not how straight the gates, how charged the punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
Stand down and no one has to die today.
This only ends one way.
They'll kill you all.
Why not take your chances in a prison cell?
Alright, I'm coming out.
My lord, I have a report.
Speak.
Our latest assassination attempt on Lady Nocturne has failed.
I can see stronger measures are needed. Begin phase 2.
Captured! The notorious Lady Nocturne has been brought in through the valiant efforts of the Void Cobras.
Get on the damn person.
Prisoner, take 5 steps, then stop and turn your right.
But the pirates of Velix Mortis are far from defeated.
My lord, I have a report.
Let's cut to the chase, since we both know that this isn't a social call and you didn't come here to waste time.
Fine. High Command is gambling that the attempt on your life by your so-called friends has made you willing to cooperate. Am I wasting my time now?
What fate will befall the disgraced former pirate?
The Minotaur sends his regards, traitor.
What does your High Command want, and what are they offering in return?
High Command wants many things, but it wants to show a good faith first.
Go.
Fire Team 1, move up. Fire Team 2, covering fire.
Bravo Team 1, push up. Bravo 2, give us support.
What next for now infamous mercenaries, the Void Cobras?
I want every last pirate I used to run with dead. I don't want to be watching over my shoulder every hour of every day.
Now you die!
Will the Void Cobras become targets of Lady Nocturne's former pirate comrades?
Attention, crash override. This is Freighter Ebony Hawk. My ship just lost all power and thrust. We're going down. Mayday, mayday, mayday.
There truly is no honor among thieves. You rabble will turn on each other at the slightest provocation.
Okay, 5, moving past you.
Find out on the next episode of Star Citizen Nocturne.
Jameson, you copy?
Touch me now, I don't want to live without you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you.
Jameson, we require immediate emergency extract.
I don't know, man. It looks kind of hot over there.
Of interest in my life to idiots.
Okay, got it working, Sarge.
Alright, Corporal. Good work. Follow me! Y'all remember what Sarge said? Stay together, keep comms clear, and heads on the swivel. Clear. Okay, we're gonna secure it, then sweep the entire ship for survivors. Channel, you take point. Doc, you're behind me. Corporal, you're bringing up the rear.
Understood, Sergeant.
Taking track. Oh shit, I just saw something. Oh my god, oh my god!
Get the hell out of here!
Get him off me, get him off me, get him off me! They're getting in my armor! Ah!
I got into collecting bounties when a gang of bandits bushwhacked my wife, my best friend Coyote, and me. Meet the Jones brothers.
Take a look at the situation in which you find yourself.
That's Joshua.
Gonna have real bad.
What's the Indian word for
Next to him is Rufus the Doofus.
Heck, I don't know. You're just trying to make me look dumb.
All right, I want to
Next
see
to
right
him is
on the
Lyman.
ground.
Remember those faces.
And 6,
You'll see him again.
8 hands praising Jesus.
The other ones, well, ain't no use in introducing. They're all dead.
Run! Obadiah, get the saddlebags! I got
I later discovered the Jones brothers were all wanted men. Figured I might as well get paid for taking my revenge.
Man, we still wanted for justice. Post is still on the wall?
So I hunted down the ones we didn't kill. Lyman, he sang like a bird. Rufus and Joshua were smuggling contraband down the river. Always to the same spot. I found a nice perch on a bluff above the river where I knew they would eventually be. During the war, I was a sharpshooter. Coyote's Whitworth came in handy. For weeks, I tracked them. Then I killed them.
If you like our content, we'd appreciate if you'd like, subscribe, and get notifications. Help us extend our reach by sharing our video content. And if you want to help us beat the algorithm, also leave us a comment on some of our videos.
So, there's Admin Doug.
Made it. Right on time.
Does Big Sarge know he's on mute?
Sarge, you're muted.
And let me untake the mute. So you missed my whole singing. Okay, all right. So
we're off to a great start.
I was saying, what in the fuck is up, fam of Liberty? And I'm admin Tim. And let the other admins introduce themselves.
I'm admin Jen.
I'm admin Matt. Fly Eagles Fly.
Yeah. Admin Doug here. The newest admin and the founder of Political Drain channel as well.
Drill Sergeant.
Drill Sergeant admin Doug.
And our guest, who needs no introduction, so I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Oh gosh, that's a horrible thing to do. What up, everybody? I am Chasing Oz, everybody's favorite liberal feminist cunt.
I love it.
I mean, if we're being honest here.
No, but...
We usually go for honesty around here.
Yeah, I feel like that's the
Honesty is
best
the best
policy, always. People may know me from TikTok. I have my own podcast. Oz After Dark was relatively new. Got a cool special guest coming on in February, none other than psychic medium John Edward, who is a good friend of mine as well. So yeah, that's going to be super fun.
Wow.
Sounds fantastic.
Awesome.
I just got a plate of dinner handed to me. That's leverage.
Oh, snap.
Panda tonight. Self-cleaning. It's Panda Express because the oven was self-cleaning. So no cooking.
I just finished some mac and cheese and chicken nuggets.
I'm shocked I got it delivered. That was great.
Yeah, that's that superstar right there.
Right? What just happened here?
Well, I'll get this out of the way. Should I call you Chasing Oz or should I call you Danielle?
You can call me Danielle. You can call me Chasing Oz. Just don't call me late for dinner.
I am so stoked that you're here. I am a huge fan. Dare I say a stan? I know. Tim has been teasing me like all day, like she's coming, she's coming. I'm like,
dude, I am so glad I didn't have to cancel either because I ate something horrible overnight and I was up in the middle of the night like so sick. I was like, I think I'm gonna die, and thankfully I did not.
I had a bit of that myself last night. Little overindulgence with the
I think I might have just eaten too much, and I'm a little person. Like I'm not even 5 foot, so there's not much room.
There's always so many good things to try, right? So it's like, well,
I mean, I gave it a good college try. I paid for it, but
that's the
it was
important part.
awesome. You know what it is? It's like, when you get so high that you just keep eating and eating and eating. Like,
and you go from restaurant to restaurant.
listen,
no, I have
I
no
was
idea.
fired up from that halftime show.
I've never DoorDashed 3 times in one day.
I was feeling it. That was just a whole vibe. After that, I was fired the fuck up.
Yeah,
I was loving it.
I like how Kendrick let him know. It's like, we're in the middle of a revolution, and you picked me to come on TV. I got you.
and I love like the MAGA meltdown because they're too stupid to understand the layers of it.
Yeah.
So they're all mad because they weren't like the target audience. Well, I'm sorry, bro. Look around the NFL. Okay. Let's have a conversation about, fucking. It's just so maddening to me. Also, I just got a news update on my watch as I was like queuing up for this, that reporting out of other countries about the Super Bowl, like German audio and Austrian audio, of the actual where they had showed Trump and whatnot, the US, like Fox in the US overlaid fake cheers on the audio. And all around the world, the raw audio does not include any of that. So Fox got caught.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
They took it direct. They gave him the direct link.
You love to see it. Love to see it.
I literally was like, that's awesome. As I was
that is
sitting there.
awesome.
It was a smattering of booze and talking, and him not knowing where to go while on the field. It was ridiculous.
I had a lengthy conversation with an acquaintance today who was insisting that there was just boisterous cheers for Trump at all times whenever he was here. I'm like, I watched the same game you did. How do you reach that conclusion? I know you watched the same game because we were texting each other.
I just think it's hysterical how Fox got caught. Like, shocker. Oh no, the first president ever to go cost the country a ridiculous amount of money for him to go. He took a plane full of representatives like Lindsey Graham and like a whole bunch. Yeah, there was like a plane full.
Kristi Noem.
Yeah, there was like a bunch of them. I was like, how much did that cost? I'm gonna talk about
her and her hair extensions. It took up half the plane.
Spending.
I think
that and Lindsey Graham's 7 boyfriends.
Yeah.
And
Like
then
the number I heard was 20 million.
Yeah, I heard 15.
Yeah, they care so much.
I'm waiting for Doge to go ahead and see what they can do about those expenses. See,
it's weird. Elon hasn't tweeted about taking care of that. It's strange.
That's like I said in today's video. The reason that he was the first vice president to go in history is because Elon's doing all the work.
I mean, Elon figured out a way to get around that whole, born in America thing.
Yeah.
He figured out just how to, who would have thought that a reality TV show host that has had bankruptcy, a dozen times would fucking be a target for them to just hand Americans data over to the most foreignest of enemies.
It's one of my favorite memes is the one that says something about, oh God, now I just lost my train of thought. I love when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Squirrel.
No pressure.
It's like everything I do.
ADD's
whilst you're figuring out what that meme is, we have a question from our Discord audience. Please ask Chasing Oz if there is any progressive movement to reach older boomer and silent generation voters that may not be as exposed to movements on social media. I believe they're 48% of voters.
Well, it depends on where you look. If you're looking at here in Florida, I can answer that question. As for outside of where I live, I couldn't tell you because I'm not on the ground there. What I can tell you is that our local Democrat clubs have been doing the grassroots effort because most of them are being run by boomers and older. A lot of the Democrat club in my personal town is run by people who are 70 and older. There really is no young progressive blood, but these are as progressive as they come, Bernie boomers. Like they're the ones out there doing the work. They're the ones doing the postcards. They're the ones mailing, doing your traditional calling and your more old school methods of touch. So you see a lot more of that in the actual local community outreach. I am working with a new grassroots organization for the special election here in Florida that's coming up on April 1st. And that will determine 2 of the 3 seats in Congress that we really do need. They are pipe dream seats. They are both Republican held. One of them was held by Matt Gaetz, which goes to show how horrible of a human can hold that seat with 0 repercussions, because that's basically Alabama.
Yeah, that's where my husband's from. They're from the same area.
And then I live on the other side of the state near District 6. I used to be a part of District 6 until they gerrymandered the districts during 2020. And I was gerrymandered into District 7, which was held by Stephanie Murphy, who was on the January 6th committee until they gerrymandered that district. And she decided she was not going to run for re-election. So I got moved into a Democrat district that turned Republican. It's like
what area is
banjos.
District 6? What area is that?
So we're like Daytona,
Okay. I'm on
St.
the other side. I'm in
Augustine. Like we're like it goes all the way up to St. Augustine. I think it goes as west as Lake County, possibly. Somebody said that earlier, and I didn't know fully. It was the district. This 6 was held by Michael Waltz.
Okay.
Who is now at the Department of Defense, who is also a defense contractor and never disclosed to the constituents who and what countries he contracted on behalf of.
Wow.
Just to throw that in there, the local tea for y'all.
Sounds like classic Republicans.
Yeah, it does.
I'm glad you talked about the special election. That was going to be my first question.
Very important
and since
right
you
now.
already talked about it, I mean, if you could just kind of let people know what they're doing or who's actually running, and
Absolutely
a little bit about that for the people who may not know.
Well, let's start with District 1. That's going to be the Panhandle. When I said Alabama, I meant Alabama.
Right.
So, it's actually where Tommy Tuberville lives, but he pretends he lives in Alabama. But that's another story for another day.
That fucking guy.
So District 1, the Democrat that is running, I know a lot of people were like, how do we know this is a Democrat that isn't going to flip to a Republican as soon as they're in? Gay has ran in the past against Matt Gaetz, and Gay has also been a great resource for the local Democrats in that area. I know a couple on the ground grassroots organizers in District 1. Gay's also a veteran. And it's like I said, it's Florida-Bama. It's a hard district. If you look at the turnout for the primaries, it'll give you a real estimate of the lopsidedness in the district. But there is a local grassroots organization that's working. Hold on, I want to make sure I get the name of it right, because I have been working on it all day and my brain is mush. It's called National Ground Game, and you can go to their website at nationalgroundgame.com. And they are working hand in hand with both District 1 and District 6, as well as the New York special election for Elise Stefanik's seat. So if you want to get involved, that is an organization that I'm working with. Hawk on TikTok is also working with them, and him and his brother Falcon. They introduced me to the lady. I had an opportunity today to talk with her some. So then over here in District 6, we have Josh Vale. I don't want to get his name wrong because I think it's important to make sure that everybody. I know I put his link in. Josh Whale, Weil. If you go to my link tree in any of my social medias, I have all of the campaigns linked directly, as well as the National Ground Game. And Josh is running against a gentleman by the name of Randy Fine, who is one of the most horrible human beings I have ever encountered in my entire life. He's one of Ron DeSantis's personal favorites. When Ron went head-to-head with Disney, Randy Fine's the one that introduced the legislation to strip them of their special session. Randy Fine also got into a spat with a lady in his town on the Board of Education when, during COVID, everybody just wanted to attack school boards, who was also affiliated with the Special Olympics in Brevard County. Ron DeSantis line item vetoed the Special Olympics funding for that district because of Mr. Fine's personal vendetta against the woman who ran it. So when you're talking about the kind of person running for this seat, he also went on X and said that he believes they should kill all of the Palestinians. He's also a Jewish man, so coming from him, it was very more disgusting and offensive. He goes on Twitter to get like these shock and value, moments to get brownie points. So now they're running commercials here. President Trump wants you to vote for Randy Fine. It's like, oh God.
Wow.
Yeah, he's the most horrible of horrible. Oh, that's horrible. Sued by that woman from the Special Olympics, and it was a civil lawsuit when he was served, or one of the attempts. The process server has a video of him crawling around on the floor on all fours, hiding behind his desk so he didn't get served.
Wow.
I'm here with all the petty tea.
I love
you feel that.
Also, welcome to Florida, y'all.
Yeah, welcome to Florida politics, y'all. It is messy.
I wanted to ask you about, you had all the hot tea from that Ron DeSantis phone call.
Sometimes things just end up in my inbox. And
I was so impressed.
I was sitting in front of my computer when a little ding ding came to my inbox, and I opened it, and I immediately.
Is that unsolicited ding ding?
Yeah, very unsolicited ding ding. And I immediately started listening to it, and it was a recorded call it must have been like a fundraiser call with Florida Republicans, and they repeatedly said, like, this is closed to the press. Closed to the press. I have the whole phone call. It's on my Substack. Anybody can go on there and listen to it. It's 41 minutes. It was Ron DeSantis telling the constituents of the whole area of Florida, basically, give me your money, that we're going to send immigrants to Gitmo. And it was the day before. It was like 3.5, 4 hours before Trump had his like press conference. So it was all up on my Substack hours before Trump even announced it.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
I got a question from the.
Right after that, he had to come out and say that he was getting the Florida Highway Patrol deputized with ICE or whatever it was, his grand plan.
I also have a DOD not DOD, Department of Prisons directive that somebody emailed me that came from the federal government about prison workers being deputized. So do not be surprised if that happens.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put something out about that earlier as well. I had a question from Discord. Do you feel that the Democratic candidates for this Florida race have a chance, or are those districts pretty locked in red?
The districts are red districts. I haven't seen either of those. Well, I don't think I've ever seen, well, as long as I've lived here, I've never seen the Panhandle district go blue. But, you know, there was also that random Iowa election, special election, like a month ago. And the Trump won that district by like 21 points and the Democrat won by like 27 points or something. So, you know, when I say these are red counties, I believed that we were going to flip Florida blue this election from the ground, being on the campaign trail, everything that I did, everywhere I was, the neighbors, the amount of signage, things like that in a place where I live that is very red. So I was genuinely shocked, like 2016 shocked. I should have known better, but the excitement was there.
The gerrymandering.
Yeah. And I think that if we really can turn out people for this special election in a way that they don't normally turn out, we may have a chance.
That's what I think too.
If people stay again
in Iowa, yeah.
You know,
I want to talk about that though. What you said on TikTok. You said, "Give me a super PAC, give me somebody to fund it, and then give me the control of all of
advertising,
the commercial. I'll take the rest." Now, that's awesome, and that's true. So, guys out there with money, listen to that.
Yeah, listen, if you want to swing this election, you can flood them with as much misinformation as they flood our voters with.
When are we going to tell the Republicans
it's time to fight dirty?
Election is April 6th.
I've given up on the
1st.
DNC and their funding and the Florida Democrats. I've given up. Really, honestly, I haven't seen anything of substance to help. We're on our own, and they keep going high. It's time to fucking send out some ghost candidates. It's time to fucking deploy the bullshit they've been fucking doing. Give me a fucking liberal somebody that we can plant as a Molly Mormon on another. We gotta do what they're doing. We have to fight fire with fire. I mean, when are we gonna start burning some shit down? Come on.
I like the idea of did you know that the special election is actually on April 6th?
Is it really?
Exactly.
I thought it was on the 1st.
I thought it was on the 1st.
Exactly. To a Republican.
Exactly. Well, you send that's how you the targeted mailers. You send them out to Republican. Yeah.
If you can get a phone bank, you may need a
robocall.
You may need a super PAC, but you need a phone bank, and you need 15 people that are willing to take their retirement money or their retirement time, right, in Florida.
Oh, I know we have a lot of people who have nothing but time.
And call and recruit and tell them that it was on. Did you know it was on the 6th? I don't know if you knew that it was on the 6th.
I don't know if you knew, but they had to do the changing a little bit. It's gonna be down there at the church, not the Presbyterian, but the Catholic next to the high school.
Exactly.
You gotta use them like they can. Every special election we have, they change the location.
Yep.
Confuse them even more.
Hey,
so true. It's not hard to confuse old Republican boomers. It's not hard. Fox News figured it out. We the sure as fuck can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Casey DeSantis running for Florida governor?
Those people just won't go away. She won't run. You want to know why? Because her family comes from mob money. Look up her family in Jersey.
Who's that?
Casey DeSantis.
Oh.
There's too many skeletons in that one. There's bodies somewhere.
Do skeletons matter?
I mean, I guess not anymore.
Yeah.
Used to.
Our new president for life is built on a mountain of skeletons. I'm not sure if none of any of that, as long as you have an R, I'm not sure any of it matters.
The other day I had a conversation, right?
Needs to be a short life.
These words came out of my mouth, and then I immediately was like, what? If you would have told me fucking 20 years ago that I would be longing for the days of a fucking W presidency, I would have fuck yourself.
It's wild, right? It's fucking wild.
Insane.
I was as outraged as the Dixie Chicks when he was in office, you guys.
Such a vibe.
You didn't know how good you had it.
During
right.
2005, I lived at Fort Bragg with my cousin. He had gotten injured in Iraq, so I moved down there to help him and live with him for like a year. And to watch how those guys were coming back at 19 years old was something that changed my outlook on a lot of things.
I think that was the case for a number of us, watching friends, classmates come back, and even the ones that weren't. I go to the
grocery store and there's single and double amputees walking around. That will do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
they all get discharged to San Antonio for the rehab.
And not just those with the physical injuries, those with
I mean,
who are just changed forever.
Yeah, the way that they came back drinking and the chaos that would ensue at our house. Yeah.
Bragg is special because it's a lot of special forces there. There's a lot of 82nd Airborne there. I mean, it's a lot of.
Yeah.
We supported Bragg for a while, and it's special, man. That all types of.
Doug, we lost your audio. Up. All right, we hear you. We're good again.
I was saying Bragg special because of the special forces, 82nd Airborne there. I mean, a lot of really intense, really intense forces go and come back there. We supported Fort Bragg for a while.
They were 82nd, and they actually got sent home early because they had lost a couple people, and they had some pretty substantial injuries, and so.
Yep. So yeah, man, I understand that. I understand.
Yeah, it gave me a special kind of like hate for W. But now I'm like, bring him back. Bring him back.
You know what you're getting usually.
Right? Like, I don't even know anymore.
What does that say about the status of things where you've got like people that were like, fucking George W. Bush and strategery and making fun of the way that he speaks.
I was explaining that
now
to my
we're all
kids.
Like, please come back.
My kids are 15 and 17.
Listen.
And they have only known this chaos.
I know I've apologized to my kids for this, but I leave the country once a month to host trips in other countries, and the things that people ask me when we're abroad about America, dude, the rest of the world is looking at us like, what the fuck, bro? We're like the crackhead next door that nobody wants to fucking acknowledge at this point.
They're
like,
afraid
we definitely are.
I was getting tattooed in Iceland.
Got guns, for one thing.
And the lady that was tattooing me was from Poland, and she was like, yeah, we can't believe that you guys like elected him again. Like, fool you once, shame on you.
Yeah, but
like,
then also follow up with, not only am I from the States, I'm from Florida.
Right? I don't tell people that.
I'm from Canada.
If you look at my birth certificate, it says I'm from Connecticut, so I'm good.
I'm gonna go AFK for a second for a drink.
Shocker.
That is tough.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you if you are dealing with any of this stuff over on your side, because I'm on the West Coast, you're on the East Coast. If you're dealing with any of this stuff, like we've been having ICE in classrooms here. pulling children out of the classrooms?
So we had ICE in Seminole County. So I don't think that ICE is coming towards where I live because we have a very large farm community and it's been very quiet around here.
We do too. We're in the middle of strawberry harvest now.
Yeah.
We're literally going into the classrooms here in Tampa and pulling kids out.
That's crazy. I know that there was a teacher in Miami that was detained. He's a DACA recipient, and they arrested him at one of his just routine check-ins. The teachers union is actually working with immigration in that fight because he is a DACA recipient. It was out of Miami-Dade.
Unbelievable.
Well,
yeah, but we haven't seen anything out where I am. I think mainly because we have a lot of events that are coming through that are big tourism dollars.
Probably don't want all the cameras.
Yeah,
showing all this.
I don't think that they want that around here right now. We're about to have the Daytona 500 here.
Well, I'm sure that we're a target over here because we, are the liberal stronghold of Florida here in Tampa, and
we're a red shithole.
Mayor. We have a lesbian mayor, so it just goes to show you.
Well, they come after Daytona because Daytona has a black mayor, and they're really fond of fucking with him because it's one of the only, little-ish blue dots here because it's a city. But yeah, other than that, we do have a pretty solid sheriff though. Chitwood is a G. He's awesome. He's made the news fighting Nazis. A while back, they were doxing him online. They swatted his parents. He went to Pennsylvania and perp walked a guy back here to Florida.
I love it. Well, I got some good news. My special agent just sent me a text here, and I thought that maybe we could listen to it. Special agent meaning my wife. Check this out. Can you hear this?
It's cutting in and out.
Okay. Trump is a traitor.
Oh, I can hear her yelling.
I can't make it out.
Traitor. People yelling, traitor, F you, booze, booze, booze.
Yeah, that was at the Super Bowl.
Oh,
That's the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
I heard that he got booed, and then I also heard that Taylor got booed, and I thought one of these things is not like the other.
Yeah.
Well, also, we understand there's going to be thousands of insecure men that are mad that she's fucking badass. Literally, I just got a Taylor Swift tattoo last fucking week. It was to commemorate the Eras tour with my daughter because we went. And it was fucking amazing because we went in Amsterdam and it was. Don't bring a 13-year-old to Amsterdam.
I was just there in August.
It was a great idea for me.
Yeah.
I went back in September. Adults only. But no, I literally got the fuck the patriarchy keychain. Nice.
Awesome.
Nice and bright.
I will say, as far as Taylor Swift and everything, Taylor Swift wasn't out on the field. Taylor Swift's just in the box.
Yeah, she's just minding her own goddamn business.
She's always
on
in the box,
the big screen for
Stop
2
fucking
seconds.
putting her on the jumbotron.
Trump insisted on going out in the field.
Oh, of course.
And making himself a spectacle, and he got booed for it. So he decided
go away.
to
Nobody
insert
likes
himself
you.
in there. Well, he's convinced that everybody likes him. He believes his own bullshit.
Most narcissists do.
True.
And then the guy shook his hand, and then that team lost.
Yes. And the team,
I just love that he was cheering for the Chiefs.
Well, he was congratulating him on Twitter, and he was, the 3-peat's coming, all this other stuff. Just
you jinxed that pitch. That was the worst game I've ever seen Patrick Mahomes throw. It was embarrassing. I was embarrassed for him.
In the first half.
Dude, every time he got sacked, the way my kids cheered, I was like, I guess we're Eagles fans now.
I'm
it felt like on the outside looking in, and that's what it felt like. Everybody was cheering for the Eagles,
right? I'm a Patriot.
How many of you guys
fan.
live in? How many of you guys live in red counties?
I'm in a.
Have you guys?
I do.
Have you guys personally witnessed any instances of ICE avoiding red counties or farms, things like that?
I mean, I haven't seen ICE where I live.
I'm in San Antonio, 100 miles from the border, and haven't even been doing hardly anything here.
We'd
be hearing about it, I'm sure.
Where I am, we have a large citrus groves, and it is tis the season. And yeah, I haven't seen anything in terms of ICE.
Yeah, all of the farm owners around here are all red.
The only report that I've gotten from ICE is in Seminole County, which is closer towards Orlando.
Right.
And I don't recall it off the top of my head, but the deportation numbers for January were actually down
from
ICE.
Joe Biden. Yeah.
From Biden. And also from year to year from January of
they wanted to do like 1,500 a day or something, and they couldn't remotely keep
well,
up with that.
It's like they don't want to do the legwork necessary to actually find criminals. And they're trying to take the low-hanging fruit. But what's happened is now is like they're clearing through a lot of the low-hanging fruit, and they're not willing to do the groundwork on organizing raids into workplace and stuff. And after all,
because guess what? They would have been doing
Republican
that stuff
businesses. So,
easy.
Well, and not only that, but they're not getting funding.
Right. They don't have enough people.
There's these local police departments that they're leaning on are already overtaxed, and they're already busting at the seams. A lot of them will need federal funding if they want that to happen, and there's no federal funding for it. The money hasn't been allotted for it. You got to go back to Congress. You got to get the purse strings, and that's the only thing that the Democrats have coming for them. The only thing that they can do to save this fucking train is shut down the government.
Which is
what we got.
Weird thing to be at, right?
Right? What the fuck is that? I mean, but it's honest. You listen. I mean, I was listening to an interview with Rosa DeLauro, the congresswoman from Connecticut, and that's one of the large negotiating chips that they have right now because they need Democrats for the budget in March. They need them. There's no passing a budget without it.
Bless you.
Sorry.
If the Democrats are not weak, here's the problem. I think that should be talked about right now. Like, listen, guys, we're not going to pass any budget, and we're going to because every crappy thing you want to do, you're going to need money to do it, and we're not going to pass a budget so you can do any of it. So, hold up something, get rid of somebody. Change something, give the people something to fight for. On the other hand, here's my thing. Nobody believes you Democrats.
No.
That's why they're doing it. You could say that all day, and the Republicans will go.
Well, the problem is that we used to have a little bit of control when we had control of the Senate, and then we had Kamala as our tie-breaking vote. We don't have that anymore. We have nothing.
Right.
Well,
and their hands are tied. Even the other day in oversight, they tried to subpoena Elon Musk to come in front, and they tabled it. The Republicans tabled it. They didn't have enough votes.
He thinks it's a mandate somehow, and none of it is a mandate.
No.
None of it.
They don't fear anything that Democrats can do. I'm telling you right now that
they don't. And then you have fucking old cunt Nancy Pelosi that's fucking Dianne Feinsteining her way out of Congress. Bitch, retire. Yep. We know it was your daughter that was pushing the mummy Feinstein around Congress. We watched her. We knew that you were fucking prepping her for her seat. But guess what? Didn't happen like that because Adam Schiff got to it first, bitch.
And he's better.
Yeah. The old folks got to get up out of there.
She's got to go. The fact that she was whipping votes from Germany in a hospital bed, getting a hip replacement against AOC, so that Jerry, whatever that guy's name is, fucking old balls that has cancer, can be the fucking oversight chair. Right. Are you kidding?
Nadler, really?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's not Jerry Nadler. It's some other guy. I don't know. I've never seen him
God, I
before.
was hoping
His
it's not
huge
him.
teeth and glasses. I don't know.
I don't know.
Jerry Conley. Sorry, that's his name. I don't know. He's huge teeth. He looks like he's ready to die any second too.
Huge teeth.
Personally, I've
big head.
been much more concerned with the Dems in the Senate than the Dems in the House because
fuck John Fetterman.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
He's
Because when push comes to
2.0.
shove,
Joe Manchin.
Wow, click. When push comes to shove, Jeffries gets the House Dems
Yeah,
to
in
fall
line.
in lines.
Yep.
He does, and he has done it very well.
Fetterman's on his own fucking program now.
Exactly. In the Senate, we don't know what the hell.
It's okay
Fetterman's
though,
gonna
because
do.
Pennsylvania is not gonna fucking stand for that, and they'll get rid of him come the next election cycle because fucking his constituents don't play. Look at Alex Perlman.
Well, yeah,
He's
we've been
fucking
calling.
crazy. We love him. He will fucking go toe to toe with Fetterman. I would love to actually watch that.
So here's a real question about this next election. It's been what 4 days since
Hasn't even been a month.
Yeah, it's been about a month. Right.
It's felt like a year, right?
In
4
the past
years.
month, in the past month, we've gotten rid of an education department. We've gotten rid of any semblance of normalcy at the Treasury. Elon and 4 fuckboys are holding our money and our names hostage. We've got Democrats who are okaying people with white supremacy tattoos on their chest to be the head of the DOD.
Mm-hmm.
Why the hell do we still think there's going to be an election in 2 years?
That's an excellent question. The only reason that I have the slightest, tiniest bit of semblance of faith that there will be an election in 2 years is because local jurisdictions hold elections. And there's going to be mayoral races and all kinds of stuff on state levels that are going to need to be filled. So these local municipalities are going to have to run their elections.
I think it more likely not that elections won't happen, but that the Trump DOJ will target candidates that they feel are actually in danger.
I mean, honestly, I don't
flipping
think that
seats.
this administration's going to last till the midterms.
It's very
I don't
possible.
I don't think
agree.
this is sustainable. I mean,
I was thinking
the
that too.
level of chaos and constitutional crisis that we're at already with JD Vance on Twitter yesterday talking about how they didn't have to fucking listen to judges that they disagree
Yeah.
with. I mean,
What in the world?
we are literally like, if America was watching what America's doing to America, America would invade America.
It would. We'd at least drop some bombs on some,
Yeah.
letters.
So, if you don't think it's sustainable, what do you think is the logical conclusion?
Who
to,
fucking
keep going
knows?
from that
It's
point?
choose your own adventure at this point. What could happen?
Really?
I don't
Page 6 or page 16?
I have no idea, because every time we start to hone in on things that would be like a safeguard of what would be a normal safeguard for us, it breaks down. So, I mean, that's why people were accusing me of dealing in hopium and giving them false hope during the election because I was so fucking excited.
I know, I was too. I got a lot of that.
The mean people in the wake of that, like personally blaming me. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? What?
Yeah.
Like, I traveled all around the state on my own dime going to campaign events. Nobody paid me. I fucking hopped in my personal vehicle and I tooled my ass to the villages. I tooled my ass to Miami. That's fucking 5 hours of a drive for me to Miami.
Yeah. It's a hike.
You know, I wanted to punch somebody right in the twat.
Can't say I blame you.
Very relatable. Honestly, it's very relatable.
So,
does anyone else think we should maybe just come up with another party altogether? Let's just start from scratch. Like, I can't.
You know what?
House, like I'm
In
joking. My husband.
Pissed off party.
In the past, I would have been like,
Bring back the
Now's
Balmos
not the
party.
Yeah. In the past, I would have been like, now's not the time. It's too serious for that. But now I'm like, why the fuck not? Like,
right.
Honestly,
aren't doing anything. Like, what?
Like, there's no rules
Fuck you
anymore,
guys.
so
No.
you know,
Exactly.
whatever.
What difference does it make?
The Dems hate themselves and each other. Every
True.
time I put up a post, it's something funny. I'm trying to lighten the mood in our, little
Oh yeah.
SOL sphere.
How
They're
dare
adding
you?
Fucking assholes in the comments. Like,
Oh yeah.
Why?
It's
Why are
wild
you
right now.
We are not each other's enemy. We're all part of the resistance. We go. If you want to blow off steam, take that shit to a Trumper page. Take that
Listen.
shit to a right-wing nut jobs page.
I
Don't do it
decided
here.
over on TikTok that every day I'm going to start reading something from this little book I have here. Because I think fucking America has forgot how this shit started.
Right.
Can't even agree on the symbols of it anymore. Like, really, what the fuck? The
A book
symbols
that
of
we-
a arm gesture and a swastika are
Yeah.
that's not enough anymore.
And
We
in
forgot
a
about-
Super Bowl
He's just
ad,
speaking from his heart.
Oh
in
my
a Super
God,
Bowl
get out of
ad
here.
to sell shirts with a swastika on it.
Yeah.
They really
What
let that go.
Fuck.
They really put that in.
Yes, because
That's
you have to believe in free
so-
speech. That's definitely what.
No, I don't.
They don't.
I don't have to believe in free speech.
The only good
Broadcasting
Nazi.
companies are private entities.
The government has to believe in free speech. I don't have to fucking listen. If you want to fucking tell me you're a Nazi, I'll be like, cool.
There's still consequences. for it.
Exactly.
You're
Freedom
free,
of
but it
speech
has
is not freedom
consequences.
of consequences for your actions
Right.
or
Yeah.
your
That's the
words.
I'm not
about
obligated to
that
do a
they were
goddamn
arguing
thing to
about-
fucking First Amendment rights.
About they have a
First Amendment rights to take
constitutional
them.
right to Facebook and to social media. No, you
There's-
don't. You don't have a right to the platform. You have a right to the speech.
There's only one good Nazi, and that's a fucking dead Nazi.
Pretty much.
Period.
I would masturbate to that all day. not
End
gonna lie.
story.
Captain America, I didn't even see you come in.
Posted
So-
one
Captain
thing, just
Porn
a picture of
America.
a grave, and it was like Nazis need safe spaces too, and it was just an empty grave.
Exactly. That's the only place
Yeah.
you should be safe. My grandfather fought these
Now we have Nazis
motherfuckers.
running fucking ads in the Super Bowl.
Like what?
fucking century are we
If
in?
my grandfather could see this shit, he would like lose his fucking mind.
Yeah.
Wait a
My
minute. Did I
grandparents would
miss
be
something?
lost about
What?
the vaccines. The vaccines would get with my grandparents would be just like, what? You don't want to get a vaccine?
What did I miss with this swastika thing? What happened? What's this?
At this point, the Chiefs
Kanye.
were losing so bad, you'd probably turned it off. So.
Okay, so Kanye bought a 1 minute long ad in the Super Bowl of him getting his teeth done or
Yeah.
something that he
Well,
recorded
he was
with
working
his
out and talking
iPhone.
about his teeth.
And he directed everybody to go to his website to buy like a new shirt, and the website only has one thing for sale on it, and it's a shirt with a swastika on it for $20
He's been
because
tweeting
he's
about
hard
how
up
many
for
he sold today.
dough.
Just
This
wants
is
everyone
after
wearing
he-
a swastika shirt.
Okay, but see, if you're hard up for dough, why are you going to go with the minority? Why not go with something cool?
Because that's all he's got. That's his demographic now.
Yeah, his
He
demographic
could
is
pick
the
a
Nazis
different
and
demographic.
MAGA.
He could literally pick
Listen.
anything else. It could be like the flower picking pony brigade or some shit, and people
Kanye
be like,
West
"Hell yeah!"
stopped making fire music when Amber Rose stopped fingering his asshole. Remember
fact.
that.
That's facts.
Remember that.
Well, they
Period.
love to show that they're not racist because Kanye likes
Oh
them.
my God.
The life of
Exactly.
Pablo, that was the end of it. There's been nothing good. Kardashian on. When was the last time he put out good music? Before he got inside that Kardashian? Death.
These are all facts.
That gold digger song or something, wasn't it?
Listen, I labored
that the
to
last one?
my second son. When I was in labor with him, I labored to 808s and heartbreaks for hours on that fucking stupid ball, just listening to the fucking beats, bro. Do you know what kind of rage that album brings me now?
I believe it.
Uh-oh. Dangerous association.
I'm telling you, he really ruined that one.
Really seared on the brain.
Right? God damn.
I didn't do music. That's probably why.
Oh, I had a whole playlist.
That's planning.
I'm glad I didn't do that.
All right.
Now.
Question from Discord. What are the chances to promote ranked choice voting to open the field for other parties?
I don't think that you're going to get anybody to change the way elections are handled currently. It's going to take a lot of transformation from the political parties to get anybody on board. Ranked choice would be great,
places,
and there
right?
are great places that do it already. I just don't think places like shithole Florida will even entertain it.
Well, of course not.
So, as a follow-up to that,
They'd be afraid of it.
what about the consequences of starting a third party?
I mean, at this point, what does it matter? The possibilities are endless. Do it. Start another party.
So here's the thing. So
the resistance
starting a party, like you're gonna end up like Stein, right?
Public party.
Well, exactly. And then you had the no labels party this last time that everybody shit on.
Yeah, the money it takes, the time it takes, you got to start something local, prove that you're a winner. Like the idea that you're just going to jump up with a third party and do anything, even if there's no chance that the Dems will ever do anything, it doesn't matter. Well, then it doesn't matter to start one then. You're wasting money.
What we have to do is we have to curate the young voices like Maxwell Frost.
Here we go. I'm saying, instead of starting a third party, we've got to got to
create the next generation.
Big boot, the old buster ass of Nancy Pelosi's and all of these people through means like you were talking about before. You have a chance.
Yep.
Super PACs. You have
Let's unseat Nancy Pelosi. Come on, guys.
Well, so you have a
do
chance
it.
to have a special election in Florida and the places you know you can't win. Okay, do something like they do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they won either. The truth is, in Georgia, there was bomb threats from Russia that sent thousands of people home that didn't get to vote. It's just acting like that wasn't a big deal. Fine. Either we're serious about getting the phone banks, about disinformation, and I don't know what that is because I know everybody's listening, so I can't just say it all. But there's more than just the wrong date idea. If we're serious about that,
oh yeah, I mean, there's a whole online underground of possibilities, especially coming through. I mean, we don't have a lot of time for the special elections, but going towards the midterms, there's a world of possibilities of the fucking chaos we could sow if we collaborate and collectively, we could fucking fund people who are going to run as Republican and flip to Democrat. We could take people and make them the most horrible Republican on paper, run them in red counties, and once they get in, they could be like, "Oh, I think I'm a Democrat now."
Yep.
I feel like you would give away the game if you did that. So you just be like, "No, I swear to God, I'm a Republican, but these trans people want to vote for me, so I'm gonna fucking let them in."
Well, you know what you do is you pick a face that's never been seen before, right? You find somebody's aunt or fucking cousin, somebody that don't have a social media presence, not somebody like me. I'm never going to run for anything. People stop asking me if I'm going to. I never will. There are too many naked pictures of me. I'm not doing it.
Same. Also same.
I can't believe we live in that kind of world.
So, I'm not going to be the Democrats' Lauren Boebert. I'm sorry, folks. In my area, running as a Democrat gets a death threat. I'm good.
Oh, you could never be like that. Never.
That's the other thing is so many Republicans, especially now that after the pardoning of the violent mob, the violent horde of mommy issue boys.
They're emboldened.
These pencil dick motherfuckers are they're really okay with violence. That's
the best part is they're going to continue to fuck around and find out because local law enforcement's going to charge them. They're going to charge him too, just like this other guy. I mean, how many haven't been picked up? There's one that got picked up for child porn.
It's like 6 or 7 of them now.
I think we're at about 8 right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're up to
really?
like 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
for sure.
let me rephrase that. It's like
Another one
5
bites the
that have been
dust.
picked up, and then 3 that have been bodied. So they haven't really been picked up; they've been scraped up.
Incidents.
Yeah, well, maybe they should have just fucking complied.
I know. Why didn't they just do what the cops
You're not
said?
breaking the law. You got nothing to fear.
My problem with everything is that we can't even agree on the most basic things. There can't be a third party because we can't even agree that that there's a person who's enemy number one for everybody, and we can't even agree on that.
We could
You know
just,
what?
Take over the DNC.
Yeah, I
Put me
mean,
in charge
what are
of
we
the
running?
money for
So
that, though.
here's the deal. I'm all about telling people to run for. I've been trying. I literally on the Political Drain channel, in my little circle, I literally have a strategist, a campaign strategist who's down to help for free.
There's a lot of them. Do you know how many messages I've gotten in the past week? I asked how to open a super PAC the other day, and I got people like, "I'll manage your campaign," and I'm like, "No."
So, wait a minute. So, Chasing Oz, honestly, can I DM you? Because I've got an entire way of dealing with it and telling people to run. And so many people hit it like, man, you know what? You're right. I heard what you said. You motivated me. And 2 days later, by time it's time to answer the call, okay, I've got someone who wants to help you on how to start this thing. You can't find them. They back out.
It's hard.
It's a numbers thing. If I promise to God, if we can get people who listen to Big Sergeant, Drill Sergeant, and are okay with not being soft, buttery Democrats and run.
No, we're sick of those. We don't want those anymore. We want the loud, mouthy, in your fucking face, Jasmine Crockett, AOC. We want the loud mouth women that get shit done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna DM you
I want to get
TikTok.
both of them on a live stream. I swear to
If
God.
you DM me on
That's like my
TikTok, I
ultimate
will
goal.
never see it. Send it to me on Instagram.
Okay, I will do that. Whatever it takes to get our people who know how to run an election to the people who don't have a face. Like
there
you
are
said.
people clamoring to help.
I'm ready, and
we just need
I've got
people to run. We need.
I've
people
got
to run.
an entire email bank full of people who were okay and want to run, and then back off when it's time to have the meeting with the strategist, or back off when it's or won't answer and this and that. So it's like, I know it's just a numbers game. If there's 50 who will answer the call, and I will make that call, if I know that 1 or 2 out of 50 are actually going to say, you know what, I want this.
I think that between all of our platforms, we can find enough people to make it a reality. Even if we have to primary some Dems. Let's primary some people.
I feel like,
that'll make them work.
Primary these motherfuckers.
Listen, if you are old enough to be collecting Social Security, it's time for you to go.
Bye. Bye.
Period.
Go home. Retire.
Yeah.
You've
It's
made
time.
enough money.
It's time. It's time.
Advise people who are younger how they can be successful. It's not that they don't have anything good to contribute.
So before we wrap this up with Danielle, because I know she said she's got about an hour, like in 2 or 3 minutes. Comedian Cliff Cash, I spoke on the phone with him today, and he said that Cash Patel is his thing is going back up before Congress. So they want to do a protest in Washington, D.C. on this coming Wednesday at noon. So if you are in the D.C. area, or you can make it to D.C. by Wednesday, 12 p.m., they want to protest in front of the Russian embassy because Cash Patel
taking Russian money.
Recent revealed,
$25,000.
Yeah, not that matters to fucking Republican politicians.
They don't care.
At the very least,
honestly, the Republican Party has been controlled by Russia for quite some time now. Oh, hello, friend.
Like, who really won the Cold War? Those guys.
Yeah, because they're winning the information warfare now. War is digital now.
Right.
They're winning. They won. They got Trump twice. They got exactly what they wanted. That's all the misinformation. They literally have pumped our system full of so much misinformation for the last 8 years. People believe anything. It's bad.
That video I sent you guys last night of the guy who's a Kansas farmer, he totally says that, how this has all gone since the 80s.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Crime and everything.
Well, I'm not ready to say goodbye, Danielle, so you have to promise us you'll come back.
I absolutely will. I'm always around. I mean, when I'm in the country.
2 pages of things I didn't even get to. Okay.
We all do.
That's so funny.
All right. What do you got? Take your top one out of your 13
pull
pages
one off
of
your
notebook
list.
paper.
All right. My top one is
Top one.
Florida legislature, because we're Floridians, right? So I have to hit her with the Florida stuff. Florida legislature literally said about DeSantis that because he lost his presidential bid, there's blood in the water.
Oh, yeah, they hate him.
I love it.
Nobody likes DeSantis. They just tolerated him beforehand in case he got any type of legitimacy. Now he's a lame duck. They don't need him anymore.
I love
and
it.
The Florida Republicans are completely over him and his fucking wife and all of their fucking games because it's only cost the state so much fucking money.
Right.
Listen, if they pull federal funding for the state for like the National Institutes of Health and stuff like that, Florida is already sounding the alarm. Literally, while I was like on this, I got a news update from the Orlando Sentinel. Florida set to lose millions in medical research dollars, sparking fears that lab lights will go out. Oh no, I didn't think the leopards would eat my face.
Right. For sure.
But yeah, no, they hate Ron. They've hated Go-Go Boots for a while, but they just tolerated him. And now that he's not useful to them anymore.
The other problem is these guys are going to have to go back to their good old boy communities. They're going to have to leave Tallahassee, go back and explain to those farmers why they won't be able to keep their farms anymore, why they won't be able to put their kids through college. You know, why can't your child?
Why don't they have anybody to pick their fruit on their farms and everything's rotting on the vines?
I mean, half the people that are keeping tourism alive are illegal. So more than half, I would venture to guess. Anywho, I just love the blood in the water one.
Oh yeah, it's getting dicey down here. I'm enjoying it. That's why little things like that, the Ron DeSantis call, end up in my inbox because people know how much I hate him. So anytime there's something Florida related and somebody has a scoop, like I have people in literal newsrooms that send me stories that the local Sinclair affiliates won't cover, but they know I will.
Nice.
So,
Delightful.
You know.
Any chance you have contact with some DC media?
I wish. I'm still telling MSNBC to give me Andrea Mitchell's hour now that the Crypt Keeper finally fucking left. Jesus Christ. Nobody could live to listen to the noon hour anymore. I understand you've been there for a long time. God love ya, like my grandmother would say. God love ya. But fucking retire, Jesus Christ, when it takes you 15 minutes to get a sentence out. I mean, time is of the essence.
Seriously.
All right.
I very much wish I had those contacts. I'd be making more.
I'd like to say thank you so much for hanging out with us, Chasing Oz.
Anytime.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
I mean, that's amazing. Really do appreciate it. I had to make sure I get back to you before you leave.
Thank you guys for having me.
Last thing before you go. Anonymous, what do you think? The little video announcement. Oh, we're back. Oh,
I haven't seen anything that's really come across my feed that's like, listen, Anonymous is so 2000. Give me more Luigi's. I need a Mario
Right.
Party.
Well, they got a show
There you go.
about
Fuck
Need
it.
a Mario
Fucking
Party.
Mario.
I like it.
Where were you guys were like it's a machine. Like, where were you for the last 10 fucking years?
Right. And by the way, if everybody enjoyed my opening of being a loudmouth feminist cunt, you can get that hoodie, t-shirt, and your anti-Trump as fuck merchandise over at ChasingOz.shop.
Nice.
Awesome.
Excellent.
There you go.
My little plug.
Absolutely.
And thank
And
you
we'll
guys
also-
so much for having me on, and thank
We'll
you
go ahead and
for
put up posts with
talking
your link.
about Florida politics. I think it's important that we, do our best for these two special elections with what we have right now. If you're looking for more information, Hawk has a whole ton of stuff as well, and I have a bunch of stuff up on my pages on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all the places you can find me.
Thank you
Definitely.
so
We'll
much.
put posts with all your
Thank
links.
you.
Thank you
See
guys.
you again soon.
I'm gonna be.
Thank you
I'm
so
gonna
much
be
for being
DMing
on.
on Instagram.
Yep, send
I'm
me a
gonna be
DM. I'll be looking for it.
All right, political drain. I think, or if I come from SOL, it'll be this one. So whichever one I'm logged in on at the time, I will look for it. All right.
Perfect. Sounds good.
You'll recognize our cussing.
Yeah, right. Thank you
I
so
don't
much,
fucking
guys.
cuss at all, man. God damn,
All
I
right.
don't cuss.
Un poquito. Have a good night, guys.
All right, you too.
Have a good one. Bye.
I have to go let puppies out. I'll be back.
I have to do the same in case you can't hear him barking in the background.
All right.
Gixie
Y'all go
started
take a
whining,
break
but
and
I
then
heard him.
look, come back and relieve me so I can take a piss, and then I got an empty snowflake tear collector. So
All right.
we'll go. Shit. In the meantime, let's see. What do we got here?
That was awesome. How about that?
You know what, Drill Sergeant? Give me a cadence.
All right, so what do I remember here? Tiny bubble.
Tiny bubbles.
In my drink.
In my drink.
Makes me happy.
Makes me happy.
It makes me think.
Sunshine
Rhymes
says she's
with
a honey
think.
pot.
Think. Fuck. Tiny. Oh no.
Man.
Back to the old books. I don't hit you with the I've been told. No, I'm all right. I'm all right. If I can't do tiny bubbles, I'm out of here. If I can't even do my tiny bubbles, that means I've had too many.
The dad mug.
This is this one.
You guys see Gracie? Are you down there, Gracie?
Gixie heard Ram and started whining like he knows it's a real dog.
Can you see her?
Yeah.
All right. I've had like 5 of these so far in the past hour and a half. I gotta go take a quick bio break, so I'll be back in a minute.
All right. I think I'm
all
done.
verklempt. Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go back over. I haven't done any of that in like 20 years, maybe 15 years. 20? Oh, god damn it. 20 years. Okay, so I haven't done any of that in maybe 16, 17 years. And I'm going to go back over all them cadences. And I'm going to just take. I used to be good at them. I'm going to take like 15 minutes and just run all the cadences and just put it up so everybody can just get motivated for their morning runs. I think that's the way to go.
It makes for fun exercise.
That's right. So I'm really all about getting. I know that people are tired of politics, tired of running. They don't think it matters anymore. And quite frankly, obviously, in a fascist state, it matters less. But I think if there were even the chance of primaries in these places where these Democrats have just feel so comfortable, or even the chance of an election from somebody who is a fake Republican, or somebody who is such a Ojeda type, right? Motivator. I think the change could come a lot. The change could be something that a team like us, or a team like Political Drain, or the people who are actually fighting in the streets would be able to multiply. We'd actually be a multiplier of something if we had those people running, or even threatening to run, or getting the phone banks out and doing that stuff.
Yeah, getting the momentum going.
Yeah, I'm 100% with it. I can't wait to DM her, and I'm gonna be right back on it on the channels, man. Because I stopped after a while because it was embarrassing. I had the people waiting, and they were like, and even right now, the campaign strategist is making some videos for me because, and this shit is embarrassing. Like, oh, I had some people for you, but nobody showed up. So it's like, well, here, I'm making some videos that you can show them. We got to do better than that. It's got to be okay to run, guys. There is a Cheeto that ran for president. Fine. He also was a social media guy. What was it? He was a reality TV star as well. But there's something out there. There's somebody out there that can run, that thinks that they can. But anyway, I just hope to get that message to somebody.
We need people that want to put it into action instead of just waiting for everybody else to do something.
True.
I don't know, but I know one thing. I'm not gonna stop it. I'm not gonna stop putting that out there.
No, none of us are gonna quit.
I got flooded with emails. Every time I put it out there, I would get more and more emails saying, I want to run, show me how. And we'd get it started, and we'd just kind of fall off. I know that there's someone out there. I'm not gonna stop pushing that. I know that. But anyway.
Can only try.
This was awesome, guys. I'm gonna run.
Good.
Well, we're getting on tomorrow.
Stop, Tim. He's so stupid.
He looks like he's doing he's doing old kung fu flips.
This is how you know how to
kill my father.
I was thinking like the sign language interpreters of like rap concerts for like.
Oh my God! Y'all remember the fake sign language person? What was that? I don't remember what it was. Some government. I think it was Georgia. No, I don't know. There was.
Wouldn't surprise me at this point.
Somebody was, some governor or whatever it was giving his speech, and all you saw with this person was gang signing it. And if you don't know sign language, to you, it's like, okay, it looks weird. I saw her do the same thing like 15 times, but I don't know.
I think I remember that. It was like in the.
You remember that? And then it came out like,
it was during Bush, maybe, or something. It was a long time ago.
It was maybe it was that. Yeah, it was a while.
That was hilarious, and it's kind of like everybody thought, "Hey, what if that ever happened?" And then it did.
Yeah,
and we're thinking it could have been happening all this time, and nobody had paid attention.
That was the first sign. And we were headed down. We were headed into La La Land, into fake reality.
Benny Loco, I don't know what this is, but I'm 100% down to talk about my perspective as a man on suffragettes.
Okay, so they have their own group and channel and show called 21st Century Suffragettes. Benny Loco is a big time PD fan and also a Canadian Drain fan. So I've seen their stuff and it's pretty daggone cool, man. I will send you all of the stuff you need to know. I got you, Benny. I will send you everything you need to know to get up on there.
I'm down to talk out of my arse or whatever.
Yeah, I'll put you guys together. They have an awesome show, man. I won't say to see you next Tuesdays, according to Chasing Oz, in the best way possible. Who don't mind calling themselves that, but I can't bring myself to actually say the word.
What, cunt?
Oh, I can't do it. I just can't.
Well, you're not from Scotland, so.
Yeah, they use it all over the place.
Oh yeah, they're like, "Oh, what's up, you fucking cunt, you?"
It's not that serious there. They're just.
Yeah, it's like.
And also,
my best mate, he's a cunt, right?
And there's like 5 different things that it can mean. It can mean
fuck off, you cunt.
Fuck off, or it could just be go away, you're bothering me. I mean,
who you talk to? Oh, that's my grandma.
I was gonna say maybe it's because I have daughters. I draw the line, but then when you said grandma, I was like, nah, that can't be it. I'm just not there yet. I'm not as cool as Big Sarge yet.
Not my grandma.
I was telling them I'm going back to I'm going back through my mind and I'm going to make like a 15-minute video of all the cadences that I can actually remember and actually put down. I'm gonna make a video so that people can run to it in the morning. You good with that?
Yeah.
You.
Get out of here. I'm out of here, man. Fuck out of here. Nobody's listening.
Where did Admin Jen go?
She had to go. I don't know. She had to do stuff with dogs, I think.
Is she gone, or did she just like take the dogs for a walk?
No, I think gone for tonight. But she's gonna be back tomorrow. That'll be good. I'm gonna go because then I can get back on tomorrow. I think I should be on time.
Oh yeah, because we got another live stream. It was like we're up to 2 a week now.
My God, we barely had one a month. Ow.
Right.
Blowing up.
It was like one every 3 months, and all of a sudden it's like, let's book this, that, and the other.
Thanks to OR. Oh, and I was gonna say it might be time to start thinking about that music director position. I mean, not music, the media director position. Because we're getting like a lot, bro.
Well, he was like, "You guys need a media director," and I'm like, "Congratulations, I just voluntold you for it." And he's like, "You motherfucker."
That's how that works.
Thanks for volunteering.
You brought it up. Guess what, motherfucker? You're it.
You're it. That's it, man.
And you're it.
So I actually was supposed to be talking to him after this. So he probably just heard now what I'm gonna be talking to him about.
I mean, I got a screenshot of a DM or something about that, and I'm like, what part of you're it was unclear.
Right. So it's going down.
So we had talked about in like October-ish when we were talking with Admin V about like a regular podcast thing, which is not yet materialized because fucking chaos. But if we have like a regular once a week date that we do this, then so be it. And if our dance card fills up and we got people waiting in the wings for like fucking 2 months out, I can sit.
That's how
you know
works.
what? No, if we got people that are like 3 or 4 weeks out that are like, I want to get on your live stream, then fuck it. I mean, we've got like 200 people watching right now, but it's 200 people that we didn't have watching before. So fuck it, let's go. Who's next?
And this is just us shooting the shit.
Right. And tomorrow is going to be Ken Harbaugh and Bobby Jones. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Bobby Jones, but they have that There's a cat. Oh my god. Look,
Hardball's
here's
back.
Mikey.
Where'd he go? Oh, there he
he's
is.
in there.
So Hardball's coming back. I'm not going to call him sir again. I know that much.
He messaged me like the day. Actually, I think he messaged me like the night after he left. Like probably like an hour past that, he sent me an email and was like,
Mikey,
"When can we do this again?"
Oh, he's getting a big boy.
Eepy baby.
He's getting big boy.
I was like, "When can we do it again?" I'm like, "When do you want to do it again?" And he's like, "Let me bring him." And like then he started an email chain with Bobby Jones, and I was like, "What guys works for you?"
So,
and I already had this booked, and they're like, "What about Tuesday?" I'm like, "Fuck it, let's do it."
Cliff Cash will
Okay,
be
Bob.
fun. I like his comedy. He's good. I like him.
Yeah, I was talking with Cliff on the phone. I'm trying to get him booked as well, if we can
They're getting
divert
shit
from the
weather this
serious
week.
conversations.
They're getting shit weather this week, unfortunately, for the protests. So,
Well,
yeah.
listen,
So
before I leave, I want to give you something from my family. Everyone in my family, my Jamaican family, right, would say this, and this is very important that you guys know this. They would say when they saw you kiss that cat, "White folks."
I mean, look,
I came back at a weird time in this
so
conversation.
here's the thing. All right, so when
first of all,
I do at least one video per. I was at like one video per day at a bare minimum for like a whole month and a half. And then I was like, let me just do like one during weekdays with the occasional weekend bit where I'm like, well, fuck it, let's do it. And if there was a single video out of that whole stretch of like 5, 6, 7 videos that did not have Mikey in it, people were like, where's Admin Mikey? Ah! They would lose their fucking minds in the comments. It was like literally like 7 clumps of comments. It was like, where's Mikey? I don't see Mikey in this video. 01 to 010 didn't see Mikey. 010 to 015 didn't see Mikey. It was people, and then like one guy was like, okay, Big Sarge, this is a good video. And then it was back to the whole Mikey thing. So I'm like sneaking appearances in where I have him in the beginning, and it's in his stretch where he's like running around like a demon. And he's like, I get him on camera for like 5 seconds, and he's like, pew, or like he's sleeping in his dish, his little cat tree over here. So I'm like, let me just shoot the video in front of it. And people were like, there's Mikey. So they care more about that than what I have to say. So if I don't have Mikey on live stream, I'm going to hear about it. People, I'll look in the comments like 3 days later, and it's like 17 people that are like, where's Mikey? So there was Mikey. I have Mikey on camera. There you go.
I love cats. I have a cat. And we've always had cats. They just in Jamaican households and Black American households usually too, they just don't go near the mouth. There's nothing there. But it's the biggest
space.
It's the biggest joke. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I grew up. Listen. Anybody in the army knows that we throw away all of that stuff. You meet so many different types. It's all good. But that's just the first thing they say. Like dogs lick you on the face, on the mouth. You kiss the cat. First thing we go, white folks.
I don't like getting licked on the face. I do not.
I love it. I love the what do you call it? Diversity, man. I love it. But I'm here to bring that perspective because nobody would tell you that perspective if I wasn't here.
No,
right?
I appreciate that too. I do. I don't. Yeah.
And somebody said something about eating the cat. They're eating the cats and dogs. I'm gonna let it go because it sounds like a funny joke. Oh. But be careful, whoever that was. All right, let's not take it over there. Like
it's not as funny as it used to be. Maybe. There he is.
Be careful.
Yeah, all that was a lot funnier when it looked like they were gonna, it was just they were gonna lose and it was gonna be one of those stupid haha moments. And now it's like policy of the United States government. It's like,
no. Oh.
Yeah, U.S.
literally just you know what? I wanted to like take a break after November 4th, 5th, 6th, whatever, and just be like, all right, I'm gonna do like one video every 2 weeks.
How's that going?
I know you were rude.
That's how it's going.
No. Listen, I'm out of here, guys.
Yeah, me too.
I'm back again tomorrow.
I'll be back tomorrow too.
Same Doug time, same Doug channel.
Hey, man. I didn't say drill sergeant first this time because every time I say it, Admin Tim laughs at me. He giggles, and I'm like, am I not supposed to say that?
What? I didn't say that or giggle that or do that or whatever the fuck you want to call
it. He had to mute himself.
I'm going to start doing it now, though. Now that you mentioned, I'll be like, hell yeah, I'm going to do it because you said I did, and I didn't. I'm going to prove you right.
We got to go back through it. Every time it's like he laughs, like, yeah, he is Joe Zardo.
You get a little high before the show and shit.
I love it.
Everything's funny.
All right, I'm out of here, guys. You're awesome.
All right, see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
See you, Drill Sergeant.
Bye.
And then Elo disappeared instead.
No, it's you and me.
Who's running this show? Who is running this show?
Me, I guess.
Fire that director. All right, so
I did not watch the Super Bowl last night at all. Like I straight up just did not give a fuck.
I enjoyed it. I actually got to watch it with.
Sorry.
Do you have an orchestra in the background there? Is that just warming up? Is that what's going on? That's
it's the Southern Baptist Bell Choir.
I actually got to watch the Super Bowl yesterday with my father, who we've never gotten a chance to watch Super Bowl together. It's always been someone's at work, someone's got to travel. I think we're both Eagles fans, so this was a special one for us. And obviously, when your team wins, it's a big thing for you too, right? So,
right.
I was actually surprised there wasn't more like political stuff around it, given a lot of groups had wanted to buy for ads and stuff. Some of the messages they wanted to push. There was a big worry that Elon Musk was going to push a whole bunch of ads onto it, but he's rich, but he couldn't spring for the ads, I guess. So,
I had heard.
Ooh. This is admin team sighting.
Yes,
I heard they fucked that place up last night.
Wait, you know what? Here, come here.
Oh my God.
Here, you know what? Put the headphones on. Hang on 1 second. You get talk right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand by. We're experiencing technical difficulties.
No, I heard that Eagles fans fucked Philly up last night.
Honestly, it was kind of mild. Like it's not like we're Vancouver or something and lighting cars on fire left and right.
I saw a meme today and they were like, it looked really bad. Like you guys won. Why are you so mad? Because it's cold. That's why they're mad. Like, it's fucking cold up there.
It is cold. It is cold. But it's like nobody was mad. It's like you should see us when we lose. Then people are mad. When we win, we're happy. I don't understand the dynamic where people get mad when they won. Like, yeah, fuck our team for winning. Fuck those assholes. Why did they win? Oh, so angry. Like, no, maybe that's other fans, I guess. Like, I mean, the big thing was Super Bowl 52, which was the first Super Bowl the Eagles won back against the Patriots in 2018. There was, for whatever reason, there was a couple that set fire to their Christmas tree. They had dragged it out for trash, and they had lit it on fire. And of course, that's the thing that went viral. And the headline was "Philly burns to the ground." And like, there was one tree, one Christmas tree, and then one guy lit an old car on fire that was his car. Not my go-to move, but that was the whole city is burning. Now, I would have paid
all
more
my
attention.
shit, and I'm gonna burn it all to the ground.
I would have paid more attention to Leonidas, who this guy comes out. It's 28 degrees outside. He was shirtless. He stole a police horse, And he rode around through the crowd, getting the crowd to follow him, and wanted them to storm City Hall and to climb the gates. The gates of City Hall in Philadelphia are like 3 stories high. They're wrought iron. They go back to the 1740s. They're gigantic. And sure enough, people climbed these stupid things and went over. You didn't really have to. There's a gate to the side you can walk around, but no, they were going to climb that fucker. Okay, sure. How nobody got killed, I have no idea. Now, unfortunately, there was someone who did get killed this year during the playoffs. Someone fell off of something they'd climbed onto, landed on their head. So that's
well, that keeps
was
me in
unfortunate.
business. I hate to say that. It's just facts.
Now I'm sure there were plenty of injuries of drunk idiots doing things. There was a bunch of guys in luchador masks that were jumping on the awning from one of the major hotels, which is 2 stories up, and then jumping into the crowd. Now, in all the videos I saw, no one in the crowd caught any of these guys.
Yeah,
they just
this
went
isn't the
full on
90s.
into
They're not going to catch you. Yeah, exactly. No
into
one's
the
catching
pavement
you.
from up there, just into their backs. And somehow these guys are getting up. So they had to be so drunk and so cold, they're feeling none of it. But I guarantee you, all of those guys had serious injuries afterwards. The other iconic shot is the guy riding on top of the police van, just car surfing on top of the thing as it drove through the traffic of all the people out reveling and celebrating and whatnot. That stuff aside, for a city of 2.5 million people, all basically watching the same event, they were pretty calm for what we've seen out of a lot of other major sports cities when they win or when they lose.
Well, I'm from the country, so I'm not used to all that city folk doing all that crazy shit.
There was a lot of city folk. There was a lot of city folk. But mostly it was people just really happy and shooting fireworks at each other. Definitely
that was the video. He like shot fireworks into the crowd and like people are catching on fire, like almost.
Yeah, there was an incident. I was at the game for it, actually. This was, I want to say it's 97, 98, somewhere around there. Eagles-Niners Monday Night Football game, and that was the flare gun game. A guy came to the game, and because I guess he thought it was fun, he was firing the flare gun at people in the stands. And
yeah, you can't do that shit now. You're going straight to fucking federal prison if you do that now.
Yeah. Nowadays they take it seriously. Then it was just like, Jim's on fire.
Right.
But that was the incident that caused them to put a courthouse underneath at the time it was the old Veterans Stadium, and to actually be able to have its own drunk tank underneath there as well. So they would just arrest you at the stadium, have the judge there, process you, put you in, done.
Nice. Well, I think Tim wants his headphones back, so it was good talking to you, Matt.
Does he? I mean, this
Sorry
has been
to
the best
cloud
back
the
and forth
channel
we've had
with
on the show.
football.
No, you
shit.
guys keep on
No,
going.
I'm like bent over. I have to pee. Oh, sorry, TMI.
Been over.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry
where
you
we
had
have
to
to
hear that.
switch the broadcast over to the OnlyFans channel. We have to take that one off YouTube.
All right. Take care, Matt.
You too. Isn't it great when we get Mrs. Admin Tim on here? We got to get her more often, right? Only you guys can make that happen. Only you guys can talk to Tim. Counting on you.
Sorry,
welcome back. Did you have fun? Have a good time?
I got a couple of sips out of my my snowflake tear collector.
All right, so there we go. Just
naked.
And he's distracted by the microwave.
He might not, please.
My dog has the exact same problem.
Not
Here's the
you.
microwave, and he's like, "Oh, treats." Turns out Tim's on that same wavelength.
I mean, I had macaroni and cheese for dinner, so
I had a lot of Super Bowl leftovers. I had a course of the crackers and cheese, 2 leftover wings, a couple of things of this bread stuff that we made, half a thing of nachos. I have not been eating well, or maybe too well, But that's post Super Bowl, right? That's post big event. You can't just throw that shit out. You gotta, eat your leftovers. After all, it's not the price of groceries is ever going down.
Right.
Just up and away. Yeah, see, I agree. Mrs. Admin Tim is awesome. Thank you, Magical Game.
I mean, she's been in a couple of my videos, so
she has. I'm just saying, just addressing what the people want. Red beef and rice sounds pretty good, honestly.
Yeah.
The hodgepodge of leftover food is never quite as good as the individual food items were at the time and point. So they're just all kind of piled on the plate, and it's like
the original hot versus the reheated hot, like the hot, like sequel.
Not really good. Not 10 million, Bernadine. It was closer to 20 million. We wasted all kinds of taxpayer money, but good thing we're not feeding starving children anymore or anything, because saving money.
Yeah, we got all that money to give to Elon Mussolini now.
We're to save for stupid ass political stunts. The people demand
like going to the Super Bowl. It's like, I'm going to go for my golf game to the Super Bowl. How about you actually fucking legislate? Oh, because you have Elon Mussolini out there fucking.
Exactly. He just wants to enjoy being the vice president and let Musk do his thing. That's all he wants. So it is what it is.
I stay out of jail. You make the country great again.
We're gonna have to move the cat tree to behind where you're at, Tim, just so that they can get their Mikey sightings in.
I said that earlier. I was talking to my wife about that, and she was like, "Don't do that." And I'm like, "Okay, but
yeah, that's what they want." Mikey time. Oh, and he's doing an adorable thing. Look at the adorable yawn, people. Applaud, Mikey. Meanwhile, I'm over here trying to get Ram to come on camera again, and Ram's just sitting over like, "Fuck you, no." I'm in. I've had my walk. I'm laying on my bed. Fuck off.
Boop. He has the most boopable boop snoot of all.
He does.
And I know my boop.
All right, boss. So why don't you reiterate for folks what we got coming up this week?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel.
We're stealing that now.
I mean, I've been using that every now and then. We got returning live stream guest Ken Harbaugh, and he is bringing Commander Bobby Jones, who famously graduated last in his class at the Naval Academy. That is his call to fame, and he is proud of it. So, fucking rock on. Graduating last in class is still graduating, so fuck everybody else.
Literally what I said.
They're going to talk about their Valor Media initiatives and the Gedunk Show podcast. And I'm going to ask Bobby about that graduating last in class. And we're going to talk about Valor Media. And then on Wednesday, hopefully, there will be some Fam of Liberty protesting at the Russian embassy in Washington, D.C. at 12 p.m. Eastern. Kash Patel's got his little fucking nomination conversation before Congress again, so they're going to protest in front of the Russian embassy since Kash Patel is a Russian asset or something like that. And then for the week, I don't know, Thursday I'm going to go eat tacos. Friday I'm probably going to watch some pornography, and who the fuck knows what's going to happen.
You got to be fucking kidding me. Chat was right. There's been another plane collision.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where's the...
I'll get it over to you or something to get up on the page. One dead. Plane crashed into another plane at the Scottsdale airport.
Of course they did.
I mean, we kind of, darkly joked about how, Trump comes in, they fire all these FAA people, and then, the two planes had the collision. And then planes just keep colliding with things or exploding.
And the first one, I was like, you guys need to calm down with that rhetoric.
You were.
This is not related. And then all of a sudden, it was like crash, 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 crash. And I'm sitting back here like, fuck.
Yeah. So that seems to be something that happens every 48 hours or so now. Excellent.
It's a deep space conspiracy.
Yeah. Okay. Seems we got some articles to cover tonight and some really dark humor memes to make. As is the way of our people. As is the way of our people.
Yeah, I still got like 2 more fucking
drinks to make. Oh
no, I was gonna. It's going with Black History there, but okay.
I figured you only like 2 drinks in. Usually make it to at least 4. So
no, I'm like fucking.
You're averaging.
At this point.
What a limit? Look, your fans do not want to hear about a limit, sir.
I have a limit, but that's not it.
You are home. You are not driving. You don't have any.
I'm a goddamn adult.
You're an adult, so I feel like you can be reasonable. Yeah, Third Eye Wash. He is Scottish. There is no limit. See, chat gets it. Oh, right. Ram is getting mouthy behind me somewhere, so it's his way of asking for more out. You good to wrap shit up?
Yeah. If we're running out of steam.
Yeah, well, we're at the 2-hour mark, and that's usually how's that go? Yeah.
The 1 hour and 40-minute mark.
Well, 2 hours of broadcast. So we got the other thing.
I mean, okay, yeah. If you count like the
and we're down to our last 153 or so hardcore fans out there watching and waiting.
What happened to the other 57, you motherfuckers?
I think they left with Oz.
Probably. Yeah, they're like, fuck these guys.
Well, that's what happens, right? The A block programming comes in, and it's the big. It's the big celebrity get. It's someone who's cool, and we're here for it and everything. But that's usually where the audience usually tapers off. Is you come for the big show, and then everybody else is here for Mikey,
who was on for like 7 seconds.
The best 7 seconds of this broadcast. We're gonna look at the statistics, and that's just gonna be the most replayed section. Those 7 seconds. Calling it now. I'm not saying we haven't looked at the statistics of the videos and what you all watch, but
I don't even pay attention to the statistics. Statistics fucking make me mad.
As well they should. And honestly, the statistics should make you all mad. Because if not, are you even paying attention these days? I know our fans are paying attention. All right.
Notice some weird shit, like the most tiny, minuscule, fucking fleeting 3-frame observation. Or like, I saw that, and I'm like, how did you? What? What?
All right, forgot I gotta get this off.
I'm still broadcasting. You taking off your clothes? We're still live streaming.
Meant to do that while Doug was still here, so I could rub that in his face. But
we're still live streaming. You're like, let me just go ahead and take off my clothes, and my wife's gonna bring me some macaroni and cheese.
Look, there's stripping, there's mac and cheese. This show fucking has it all. I don't know, guys. I'm just filling airtime at this point.
It's YouTube, so I can't be like, watch me have sex with 7 prostitutes on this show.
Oh, we're not doing that this week still?
No.
Oh, man. See, this
because
is kids don't skip production meetings.
We're already getting like censored on fucking Facebook and Meta and all the properties. So it's like,
oh, is that
your
really a shock,
content is
though?
harmful.
Yeah, I get that email almost every morning now.
I don't get the emails at all, but it's like an old
Why are you
email
not getting
address
the
that I don't
emails?
ever fucking, because I use like my old AOL email address from like fucking 1997. And I haven't logged into it in like 7 years. So if I try to log into it now, it's like, this email does not exist. So
yeah. Great plug, Cheeky. Definitely everybody who's not on the Discord ought to be on the Discord. So you want to be getting the information and, use our supply of memes too, because who knows how long Meta will keep our current page up.
yeah, you should definitely be on Discord because number 1, we don't do the fucking community organization on Discord. And number 2, social media tech oligarchs like Mark Zuckerberg and Apartheid Andy can't deplatform us on Discord. They can't mute or censor our content.
All I read was Cheeky Universe is volunteering. That's all I got. Sorry.
When you say cheeks, I think about butt cheeks, and I think about motorboating.
I mean, that is generally the train of thought that gets involved there. So they need the Discord link, Big Sarge. However, will they get the Discord
What is the Discord link? It is discord.gg/liberty1765.
Maybe we could throw that up in the display there.
All right, guy. I guess I could. All right, so discord.gg/liberty1765.
There you go.
So you literally just pull up your Discord, and at the bottom there's a little plus sign to add a server. Click that and type in Liberty 1765. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, ipso facto Oreo Columbo. Bam.
That was a lot. We went on a journey there. Yeah, that was a lot to go through. I don't know where it was going, but it was going somewhere. Wow. Columbo and lemons. And, I don't know. Honestly, officer, I've never met him before. Yeah. I think there was definitely some magic going on there. Also, chat, no one is trying to ignore anyone, but sometimes the chat does go fly by.
I mean, there are instances where I straight up ignore people in chat, especially like the fucking trolls.
Well,
But
I mean, oftentimes you just don't even see it because just.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how many people are
Almost
watching
now. But yeah, some of the better shows where it's been up over a couple thousand people or something. Those chats fly. And honestly, we do try to get to important questions and things. That's one of the reasons why we've got the Discord Q&A channel for these, is to help us keep track of it a bit better.
So the Discord, and I didn't get to all of the questions, but I got to probably about
a lot in there.
75% of them. I think that worked out pretty well. And some of them were like questions that I could answer. So there was that.
Hey, Tim, Mike there asked if any patches are left over. Do we have any patches left?
Yeah, I got a whole half a box of patches that I still need to mail out. So at the end of that, there's probably going to be like 10 or 15. So here's the thing. With patches, I don't have drop shipping, so what I have to do is take orders in advance, and so I'll take orders for a week or two, and then when I get enough, I send an order to the patch company, and they'll produce in bulk, which takes about a month, and then they send me the patches, and then I have to mail those out. And this past order, we had 327. At least 327. It might be 329, 330, but at least 327 orders. And there was a total of 857 patches. Might have been a little more than that. So I'm mailing those out myself. So what I'm going to do is when I have a couple of extra, I might put those up on the store. But I've already got people emailing me and it's like, hey, do you have any left over? So I'm going to go through those emails first, and then I may put out a call on Discord for another set of patches to be like, all right, round 2 for patch orders. Since people saw them at protests and were like, I got to get one of those.
Maybe we should do some swag giveaways too. Did we do that?
Excuse me. All right, so swag giveaways. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I have like 2 shirts floating around in my dresser somewhere from people that send me a shirt where they ordered the wrong size, and I'm like, I drop shipping. What do you want me to fucking do about it? And I also have a couple of spear patches. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to do a video scavenger hunt. All right, so I'm going to go through like my QA videos where people ask me like random ass questions like what instruments do you play or whatever? I don't know. And I'm gonna be like, all right, so video scavenger hunt is what's the Sons of Liberty motto? You know, like what was the time the Big Sarge got the Article 15 for, and some other random shit. Just obscure things that only happen in like one single video. And I'll be like, we're gonna do like a video scavenger hunt. And you'll like submit your answers in like a Google form where it asks you like what's the video that you watched and what's the timestamp. And then like, you know, the winner gets like a free hoodie or something, because I got like a spare $50 to like, you know, ship you a hoodie or whatever, because hoodies are kind of expensive because they're fucking like really good quality, and that's including the shipping. So I think I'm gonna do that as like a swag giveaway.
That'd be good. I'm
still working on the details in my head when I'm not like,
you know, really
drinking and smoking. It's like a process. It takes like 5 weeks.
Financial thinking while inebriated. It's weird that would be a restriction.
Yeah, you know what? I sold like 30 shirts so I can buy a free hoodie. The profit margin is like fucking 5%. It's ridiculous.
I mean, you're not doing this to get rich. If you're doing this to get rich, you'd still be in other lines of work.
If I were doing this to get rich, those shirts would be like fucking $30. Actually, I think it'd be like 40 or 50.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't think 30.
How much is a fucking Kanye swastika shirt? Like, I don't want to go look because I don't want my fucking algorithm to get all fucked up and start sending me Facebook ads.
Yeah,
like
you get Facebook ads for things
but
with swastikas on them.
Yeah. Like, I want to know how much is a Kanye West signature. I ain't saying she's a gold Nazi, but, you know, shirt, whatever. Fucking.
I appreciate where you're trying to get on that one. That was. Again, it was a journey, but, you know, I could see where you're going that time.
Fucking Kanye.
All right,
oh
so
God.
I'll have to think of something with a better profit margin for you to sell, boss.
I mean, if I weren't selling it on Etsy, it would probably be, you know, less expensive. But Etsy right now is the best market. Like, and to be clear, there was a potential for some Sons of Liberty super woke coffee that I run through like Spotify or something. Spotify? Shopify.
Yeah, I was about to say we're
Spotify,
selling stuff on
Shopify.
Spotify now too.
Super coffee MP3.
It's just admin Tim playing guitar riffs and screaming about coffee. This track is 59 minutes long.
I need to wake the fuck up.
To be fair.
What even is my life? Oh my god. No. Anyway, we were looking at you know how like Black Rifle has their Black Rifle coffee or whatever from like the Drinking Bros bullshit. Yeah, we're like, let's do some Sons of Liberty super woke coffee.
I mean, you say it as a joke, and then shit like that takes off. Like, so
it's not a joke.
Tim, the rich coffee guy.
I don't know about rich, but you know.
I'm just saying, from our lot, we have definitely heard worse financial plans.
I got a sample of their coffee. It's definitely fucking wake you the fuck up coffee.
See,
there's like 8 different. There's like 8 different kinds, and it's like, can I get it as like a Keurig cup? And they're like, no, you get like the fucking bag full. So it's like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to like go through all 8? And I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. Challenge accepted. Because they have there's like light roast, medium roast, dark roast, and then there's like the variations on those. And there's like, oh, there's Colombian, and then there's Sumatra, and then there's like French vanilla, and just like stuff. Everybody's got like a little variants and whatnot. It's like, can I just get a fucking coffee flavored cup of coffee flavored coffee? Like, oh yeah, you want this brand or this brand? I'm like, motherfucker, what? So me, the coffee coma steward who drinks half a bottle of coffee in the fucking morning out of his goddamn beer stein, has got to evaluate all these different brands before I go put my fucking face or name or brand or, you know, fucking hashtag not sorry on shit. So anyway,
I feel like it's trademark worthy.
That's the story of Sons of Liberty woke coffee. Excuse me.
I'm saying if you can get to like the first 10,000 orders or so, that would at least make it feasible to expand upon that.
There's not even 10,000 people that buy shirts and shit, so it'd be like the first 700.
I'm just saying.
3 years later.
I bet you get to 10,000 sales.
Yeah, after like 30 years, maybe.
No, because I like the shirt. People will come back and buy more of that thing. Usually, you know, when I buy a shirt, it's like, okay, I've got that shirt now. I'm not coming back to buy that same shirt again. I'll buy other shirts, but I'm not buying multiple copies of the same shirt. The coffee,
I mean, that's fair.
You're going to go through it, and if you like it, you'll buy more of it.
What I want to know is like, how did like Jared Taylor and Matt Best do the whole fucking Black Rifle coffee thing? Like, how did that come out? Like, were they just making stupid videos on the internet? Like, look at me, I'm conservative with guns and a beard, and I'm going to make fun of liberals and shit. And then they're like, buy my coffee.
The way I heard it told me, and this could be wrong.
And you and I both came out of that Drinking Bros community, so
we both did. And
that's how we even linked up originally.
It's true, but it was the coffee looked like gunpowder to someone, so that was the connection. I don't know that is definitively how the story came about. That is how it was relayed to me, though. Just for clarification there.
We should make a fucking... So it was like Article 15 and Ranger Up teamed up to make Range 15 the movie.
Yep.
You're like,
yep.
What is the liberal answer to Range 15?
Obviously, it's cost of living, and
I mean, I already did that though.
I know, but we need the theatrical cut.
I would love. So I don't know. I feel like I told you this, but
keep people in the loop here too. You keep the chat in the loop on what we're talking about.
Do you want to tell them what cost of living is, or should I?
Cost of living is of all your films is your baby. You should absolutely be the one who sells it.
Okay, but I also have to pee, make another drink.
So I said, I'll tell them about this amazing project that you had put together originally as a short film, based not all that loosely on Admin Tim's early times in Afghanistan and people that he knew there, their stories, and weaving in the real stories with a little theatrical piece to kind of tie it all together. But telling the story of what the effect of the war had been on these folks and the cost they paid in civilian life after their time of service. And it's very sobering. I don't know if the short film
intro trailers.
It's one of the trailers that gets shown before the show.
The short film is up, and it makes me fucking cry, actually, because it leads off with like an intro that says like dedicated to, and then it's like two guys that I knew. One was my mentor, and one was like my best friend when I was like fucking 19 years old. And every time I see them, like I see the little pictures, I'm like, okay, brace yourself, it's coming. And I'm like, okay, all right, we're good to go. Good to go. And then all of a sudden I see their pictures and I'm like, let's start crying like a bitch. Anyway. I'm gonna eat some mac and cheese now.
Need the happy noodles and cheese.
So there's this guy out in Los Angeles. I can't remember his name, but he's like a film producer, and he's like, I want to invest money in your film, but you have to come up with like $250,000.
And he needed Tim to come in and do an interview for it, and he had to sit on this black leather couch. And look, he did some things he's not happy about, but $20.
No, he's like,
is $20.
He's like, in order to attract investors, you have to put up at least a quarter of whatever you think your budget is. And he's like, I can back you, 2.5 times above that, and we can attract investors to get the rest of the money or whatever. He's like, but you have to show that you're dedicated by committing to having X amount of money of your budget. And I was like, man, I already shot like fucking 30 or 40 minutes worth of the film. So what do you want me to do here? And like the vast majority of the people who were on that project when we shot the film, whether they were cast or crew, was like 80% veterans. It was like, guys that, served in the military and then were like, I'm going to get out and now I have a 4K camera or a, 8K camera or whatever. People that actually, some of the people that helped do Range 15, what the fuck? Excuse me. Like Hollywood Herd, for example, came out and helped. And then out of the acting people that helped, about the only people that were not in the military were like 3 of the 4 guys who played Afghans, and then like one of the people who was one of the military cast members. The rest were all like veterans. So, which was easy for me because it was like, all right, so I don't have to tell you. We had like one guy who is 2 guys who were Ranger qualified, one guy who was Special Forces, and then the rest were all veterans. And they all like, we got on set and was like, all right, do you need a quick refresher? And they're like, nope, good to go. They're walking the walk. They got the pose down correctly with, the walking at the low rate or the high rate or whatever. It was great. Like we went out of this fucking national park in Georgia, camped out, spent the night there, and had like a big bonfire with the Everybody, like cast and crew, were there. So we're like camping out, and people, we're having like a good time. Next morning, we wake up at like 5 a.m. Somebody's cooking chow for us. We got breakfast. Everybody's getting geared up, and we go marching through the park in fucking Ranger file. It's great. Ranger file through the parkway. All these hikers are like, what the fuck is going on? There's like dudes walking around with like airsoft rifles. It was amazing because we're in Providence Canyon State Park, which is, if you've ever been there, it's like just this area that local industry has depleted the soil. So there's all these large sections of terrain that have been cut away through some geological process or environmental impact process. But it looks more or less like Afghanistan if you get like some close-up shots and ignore the southern pine trees. So we're in this park, and there's like these dudes wearing like dish dakas, which is the Afghan like man jams and a little hat and whatnot. And none of them were Afghans. There was like one guy from India and like one really swarthy guy from like eastern lower Alabama, and then a couple of Hispanic guys that I was familiar with from other indie projects. And then some actual military veterans. And so we're like walking through the park, and all these people that are out there hiking and camping that were out there like really early to go catch the sunrise over the canyons stopped and were like, what the fuck is going on? And we're like, we're a film crew. We're doing a film. And I think we got some really good B-roll footage from that. People that were like standing around outside behind the camera as we were filming. It was pretty cool.
And that was that was definitely a push project to get that adapted to be a feature-length film, like you started to talk about there.
Yeah, I mean, I have probably, if I sat down and looked at the footage or the script that we have probably close to 2.5 hours worth of footage. And what I ended up doing was we took a bunch of composite stories, my story, and then like stories of people that I knew, including the two guys who were memorialized at the beginning of the film, Josh Bordenero and Rob Carter. Sorry.
It's all right.
Need a minute.
Time. It's a moment.
And I'm good. Their experiences and my experience and like just the general experience of people. Like I didn't want to have veterans portrayed as like these walking time bombs, like every fucking
like
movie
Hollywood does.
It's like, it's like every movie is like, oh, it's just an Afghan veteran or an Iraq veteran. He's going to come back and he's going to be like fucking angry and mean and cheat on his wife and beat the shit out of her and like have these fucking nightmares and shit. And it's like, no, I wanted to show like a cross section. You have people who came back and were like otherwise, and these are people who went out there and actually did shit. They weren't just like hiding. Let me rephrase that, because that's a bad phrase. They weren't just out there like behind the HESCO barriers doing support shit. They never went outside the wire. People who went outside the wire and were engaged in direct action against insurgents or whatever. Incoming and outgoing fire. They came back from that and they were perfectly fine, well adapted. The only issue that they had maybe was like random fireworks or whatever. They would just very quickly be like, what the fuck? Oh, okay, whatever. And they go on with their day. And then you had other people who came back who were a complete fucking disaster. For whatever reason, they came back and within like months they were taking their own lives, or it took years. They came back and they were damaged and they lived with it for years. And then finally they just like, I can't take it anymore. And they wanted a way out. So I wanted to show a wide range of things between, there's such a huge spectrum of veterans. It's like the first thing that you hear is from, oh, I'm a veteran of Afghanistan and Iraq. It's like, well, do you have nightmares? Are you suicidal? Have you ever thought about killing yourself? It's like, no, but I'm thinking about fucking shooting you right now for these stupid fucking questions, kind of a thing. Like, really dark sense of humor, or they battle their demons, beat their demons, and they're like, I'm okay now. And maybe they go on to just live their life, and maybe they turn it around and be like, I'm going to help other people that had the same experiences as me, but maybe they didn't get as far as I did in recovery process. So I wanted to show a cross section of all the different things between the very worst and not necessarily the very best, but like the most okayest. Anyway, that's what that was about. Cost of living.
I feel like we found our movie teaser title down to the bottom there. It's the most okayest.
The most okay. I was just thinking that. I'm like, world's okayest PTSD survivor.
Maybe we do a shirt with an American flag and just the most okayest down to the bottom. I feel like we can make that one work.
I probably could. It just depend on Etsy and how much they charge per color, per pixel.
We do have to find a more reasonable platform at some point. I mean, it's working, right? People are getting shirts. They love them.
Or hoodies. I gotta do more hoodies. I'm getting yelled at about how many hoodies I don't have and how many I should have.
I mean, I feel like that's a thing. I mean, I could always use more hoodies too.
Yeah, but I mean, global warming.
Yeah. But while we wait for the complete collapse of the environment and becoming unlivable, in the meantime, I might need a hoodie because it's kind of cold out.
I mean, like, there'll be days where it's like 20 degrees outside, and I'm like, let me put on my SOL hoodie. And then like other days it's like 75, and I'll go outside in my undershirt and fucking cut the grass or something.
And your SOL Ranger panties.
No, I don't. I wear long sleeve pants.
Sleeve pants. That's
I wear
all right.
Long sleeve. I wear long sleeve pants when I cut the grass.
Okay, just pivoting on from that one. I'm gonna leave that one. Control says just pivot out of this segment, please.
All right.
Okay. But yeah, so that's the story of the cost of living, and in my opinion, probably the most impactful film of Tim's catalog of films that he's been putting together, which will eventually move forward. Eventually,
I want to finish the Western too. Like, I'm gonna end up having to reshoot that whole thing because it's been like fucking 6 years at this point.
Yeah,
7 years.
I think you got to pick which project you want to focus down on. Do whatever rewrites you want. Get the cast together. The cast that's with us. And all
I mean, at this point, I would just basically have to like recast everything and shoot the whole thing again with like A-listers and B-listers or whatever, instead of the. And to be clear, the people that I've cast in my films have almost all of them been like really good actors. They're fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
and the vast majority of them, well, with the Bounty Hunter,
with a few exceptions. I mean, you had me.
A lot of them were Atlanta film industry like background extras. Like you would see them as background extras in random Marvel movies, or they would have like minor speaking parts, like where they got like a fucking one line to say, and
I've seen a number of them in TV. Down in the Atlanta area, you have a lot of TV shows filming, so I've seen a number of them.
So like
police officer number 3 in the background, or.
So I'm gonna talk about Indiana Cifuentes, who is one of my best friends. I put him in like everything, and I end up killing him at like everything because he's so great.
That is true. Even before you had chosen who was going to be the voice for a character that we had put in, and you killed him off before you even cast him.
But I talked to, so Indiana Cifuentes, he's from Mexico, and he's lived in El Paso. He was like an oil rig worker, and he popped up on radar for me. He was like a buddy of this other guy that I knew who has fallen off the face of the earth. And he's like, "Hey, I'm thinking about moving to Atlanta to become an actor." And I was like, "Well, good luck with that, because this area is saturated." And he came out and he did it. So there was like a Chris Pratt movie where he like goes back in time or whatever. It's like everybody on the planet is like obligated to enter a draft lottery, and they take turns going back in time to fight something or whatever. And he's one of the dudes in that movie. And he's got this, he's Hispanic, so he's got like this, this look, and he's one of the Afghans in The Cost of Living, but he also plays like a cowboy in the Bounty Hunter, and he's done like some other stuff. He's got like his own web series, Cooking with Indy, and he created like his own little thing called like the Hypersensitive Hitman, and he's just like a really nice guy. But he, like, every time I got a film thing, he's like, "Hey, I heard you got a film thing. You got anything that you need done?" And I'm like, "No, but I'm going to create a spot just for you," because he's so eager to like help out anybody else in the industry. And on top of that, he's like a really nice guy, but also very funny. He's like a very funny person, and I don't have enough funny people in my life. Even though people are like, "You're so funny, I laugh at all your videos," I'm like, why though? So anytime I do a thing, I'm like, I'll send him like a text or something. I'm like, "Hey, I'm doing a film project," and so I was like, for the Nocturne thing, I was like, "Hey man, you ever done voiceover?" And he's like, "No, but I want to." And I'm like, "I got a spot for you." And so he's like, "What is it?" And I'll tell him. He's like, "Do I die in this one?" I'm like,
"Of course you do."
"Have you ever died on voiceover?" He's like, "I've never done voiceover, so I don't know." And I'm like, "I guess we're gonna find out."
I remember
this dude.
I remember the notes you sent over after casting him, and it was just block. Normally when Tim sends notes for adjustments on script stuff, they're usually very short and to the point. And for this, it was like this whole lot thing. "He is the nicest guy in the world. This is awesome. This is a great get. I want you to do this with the character, do this with the, give him something to chew the scene. I want to hear his voice. I want to hear range out of this thing." It was like, I forget exactly how many. There's a bullet point almost of these different points that you wanted, and me and
the other guy,
Pogue, infamous Pogue,
who doesn't do anything.
Who doesn't do anything now. We kicked ideas back and forth for a while until we had come up with the scene in the medical room with the dead body.
Oh yeah,
where she's basically like, she starts off with the one of the main characters starts with this dialogue to this other character, and then he's kind of the ghost of that character talking to her, and she's talking to the body the whole time, and it has to be funny, but it also has to be deep and emotional. And it was like, that was the scene for this guy. That was the scene for someone with that range who could pull that off and make that happen. So that was cool.
I guess we get back to that machinima stuff.
I mean, some point here. I do continue to get questions about when the next episode will be out. It's been like 3 years since we released an episode, but any day now the show's going to have another episode.
First there was COVID, and then there was...
COVID was why we were doing the show, because everyone was out of work.
Yeah.
No one could do a live show. No one could do filming.
All these actors were like, "Fuck, I can't work. I got to get a real job. I'm going to go work at Bojangles." And I'm like, "Well, how are you going to like act in the meantime?" Like, "No, the industry's shut down." I'm like, "I'm not shut down. I got an idea. You want to do a thing? And then we picked up. When we picked up Vergia, a Polisar cosplay, I was like,
"Oh, she is fantastic.
She is.
Do we still have her on to do the rest of the Nocturne stuff?
Hell yeah, we do. I've like interact with her on Facebook like all the fucking time.
Okay, good, because
she just got promoted to first sergeant.
Oh, did she? Oh, congratulations!
Yeah. Yeah, she got frocked for first sergeant. They like sent her an offer, and she considered it. she was like debating it on Facebook. She's like, "I got an offer letter, but I don't know if I'm gonna take it." And then like all these people were like, "Oh, you definitely should, or you definitely should not, or whatever." And then she was like, "Okay." It was great. Yeah, no, she yeah, I talk to her periodically.
She was definitely one of the high points for the cast, in my opinion.
Yeah,
her especially because we had her have to do all kinds of just absolute nonsense for some of the things things we end up having using. So okay,
I'm a badass. Suddenly, I'm a prisoner. I'm gonna be frozen for 500 years, and then
the title character for the series doesn't appear in most of the first 4 episodes. Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent planning, guys. What do we do? We're making a show about a character who's not in the episodes yet.
She's not in episodes 4 and 5, but
or 6 and 7.
Those were standalones, but I mean, they tie back in, and then all of a sudden she comes back in.
I'm not critiquing that. I think it's all going to tie together very nicely. For someone who's watching like 10 to 15-minute episodes in sequence, I think it's going to be a very good narrative trip for them. Just, we need to finish the story.
I really got to pee. I'll be back in a minute.
All right.
You're going to have to hold this one on your own, sorry.
Oh, no, on my own. Now it's all mine. No one told him I did that. Sorry to see you go, sunshine. All right. Sorry, Venture Fanatic. That's not an answer. A question I know the answer to, but see what one's on here I can answer. Oh, Sunshine left. Oh, sorry, Sunshine. Didn't see that. Look. Yeah, hopefully we'll get back to some of these projects and the stuff you guys see at the beginning of this. There's been a lot of different reasons why I kind of got away from that, and you can always count on Big Sarge to make an entry and just whip it out.
Big Sarge take a big piss.
Yes, the coffee. Yes, okay. Well, I mean, it could
be like once 10 of these that I've had.
Once it's in the Discord, that's pretty much letter law. Then then we have to do the project.
The one I know we've talked about like BWC films or whatever, but
yeah,
the thing that I want to do most, besides get back into the machinima, is that fucking Civil War history thing that we were talking about.
Oh, where you travel around to all the spots and
and so I started doing the truck rants.
We can absolutely do Gettysburg. We do a couple.
I started doing the truck rants, and people were like, "You should do more video content." And I'm like, I want to do something besides these. Prior to like that first one going like really viral, I was like, I want to do something that's not these Confederate Heritage Month videos, like once a month or once a year that rolls around for like 30 days or whatever. So what should we do? Like, we should do other content. Like, we can do more video content besides this. And people, like, probably about 30% of it was like, you should do more Angry Veteran Truck Rants videos. The vast majority of people were like, do some Civil War history stuff, because this was on the heels. Mikey, really? Stop fucking with my video cord. This was on the heels of Confederate Heritage Month, which is every April. And people were like, you should really do more of these historical videos. So I sat down and I thought about it. I'm like, what if we take these historical videos, but instead of doing it on this particular topic, let's go to these various places around the country and do videos there. And we can incorporate other Sons of Liberty admins. So we could like go to Tampa and go to Texas and go to South Carolina, go to Pennsylvania somewhere, et cetera,
somewhere.
And people were like, yeah, you should really do that. And then we ran a crowdfunding campaign. And it was like less than 5%. It was like 5.1% of funding for the whole thing. It was like 17 backers. It was insane. It was like, oh my God, this flopped so hard. But all of the comments were like, you should do this. And so we did this. And we're like, we're going to do a crowdfunding campaign. They're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Fucking yeah, let's get it. So we ran the crowdfunding campaign. It was so bad. It was so awful. I was demoralized for like 3 weeks. 3 weeks I sat in a funk. In a few, I was like, I don't want to do shit.
All right, we'll see you, Cheeky. And Ken's our guest tomorrow, right?
Yeah, Ken Harbaugh and Bobby Jones.
So definitely make sure you tune in tomorrow.
Yeah, same bat channel, same bad time. Or
backwards.
Same bad time, same bad
that
channel.
was backwards.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Yeah.
Just going to bed. Take a night.
Oh.
Everybody say goodnight to Mikey.
Good night, Mikey.
Shaky cam.
Are you telling me Big Sarge just had a few to drink? Because I would never know.
That was not related. It was just the camera fell over because I set it on the keyboard halfway.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
it's the camera's fault.
I still want to do this Civil War thing, like where we do like one video per month, where it's like traveling around. Because I feel like now, in this particular moment in time, there's such a rush to like erase history and shit. And I feel like the people that are doing this, probably 70% of them are like, but my heritage is not hate crowd. And I feel like we should definitely take the fight to them on their own terms. Be like, this is your heritage. I'm at the site of the Fort Pillow Massacre, where like a whole bunch of black Union Army soldiers who were legitimate lawful combatants were murdered by Confederates. What do you say about that? Kind of a thing. Or Poison Springs, or Andersonville, or I could fucking go on and on for like a whole hour and a half of this.
It might take him a little longer because he's had a few.
No. Well, okay, 2 hours then.
Yeah. Fuck you. Thinking outside the box now.
There's so many like little obscure, not as well-known events or places or things. It's just so many great little historical footnotes that ended up being part of an overall conflict that puts the lie to this stuff. Like that's what I really want to do at this particular moment.
Oh, and Steve, the Ukrainian demining crews do appreciate the continued support. I don't know how many people here were there when we were talking about that they had gotten they've been fundraising at the end of last year to get that ambulance, and they finally delivered it.
Oh yeah,
last month. They bought it in France, drove it to Ukraine, had a whole adventure. If any of you are following their social media, they've got video up for their whole adventure, getting it there. And so you can imagine getting a vehicle into a war zone is not actually the easiest thing in the world to do. So, but they're all former Green Berets, so they're very creative, and I'll leave it at that for legal reasons. Hopefully we can get them back on again. I know Doc is down to do it. The real trick is the lead guy is that sometimes he's here, sometimes he's in Ukraine, and it can be a little challenging to line up time with everybody to get everybody on the video. They generally will not jump on when they are in Ukraine because there's always the risk that their location will be given up by. Yeah. And we know the Russians tried to get them once, missed. And they would love another crack at that, and we are certainly not going to be the ones that give it to them. But yeah, that's where they are with the Ukraine demining. Well, fortunately, Caesar, we are not beholden to Trump's asinine toddler rants and other bullshit. So we can set the programming however the hell we want. And by that, mostly whatever Tim's willing to shoot. You know, my ass is using on camera. All right. Did we have anything else, Big Sarge?
I'm running out of steam.
I could see that. The words are a little slurred. The head's bobbed a little bit there.
I don't know about slurred, but
no. All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna play this video back when we discuss this later.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, nothing about slurred. That's true. Good night, anyway.
All right. We've made it an hour and a half past the guests that we had. So
the target
I think
we had an hour-long show planned, and it went for 2.5 hours.
I mean, I was planning on 2 hours, so you know, we made it.
It was a good amount.
Well past that.
And hey, we got to spend time hanging with people, answering questions, generally plotting terrible business ideas. The coffee thing could work. The coffee could work. So we'll see how that works out.
It could, but I mean, there's like 8 different brands of coffee for me to go through. And
I think there's more than 8 brands of coffee. I'm going to go on a limb here.
For the ones that I can get in there. And
for the folks leaving us, have a good evening.
Yeah.
Thank you all for tuning in. It's been a pleasure.
We'll go ahead and call it. Go ahead and end the stream. Thank you, everybody who tuned in at some point, whether it was at 7 Eastern or 9:30 Eastern. Love you. End stream now. Boo.